I appreciate you sharing that. I think that is something that we've been excavating on the show as well, is just like, what is the city's, like, what is the city's product, I want to say, but I don't think that's the right word, but like, what makes the city of Indianapolis? And it really is the people, like the people and the stories that they carry with them, the experiences that they have. I realize that is a cliche thing to say about any city because that's literally what every city is made of. But I think truly Indianapolis stands apart in a way because the mix of all of the different storytellers and creatives and the ways that we go about having those conversations, it just is a different vibe than other places. And I think there's opportunities here that you probably aren't going to find elsewhere to do that kind of work. But to not just do it, to really build and find a way into community and be in community, not just be in a community, but to be in community with people.
Yeah, I love that.
You talked about, are you from Indianapolis originally?
No,
okay.
I grew up in Columbus, Indiana, not Ohio.
Gotta make the distinction.
Gotta make the distinction. And then I moved away to Portland for college.
Okay.
And then a couple of years after to work. And then I came back in 2014.
Okay. So you're still a veteran of the city.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, especially doing the work that you're doing, which I think is super important work, especially in this city. For the reasons that I named, we have a lot of people with stories, a lot of people who have never been empowered or encouraged or affirmed to tell that story in whatever way that might look. So I'm wondering, having been here now for over a decade and been doing this work intensely now for a little over a year, what does Indianapolis mean to you?
Oh, gosh. Indianapolis means... That's such a good question. Indianapolis means to me organic opportunities to create your own community. There are so many cool spaces here in Indianapolis that encourage people to just gather and be themselves.
Yep.
One solid example that I'll give, which is also a plug because it's my part-time job, but it's also a favorite place to just go and hang out, is Orangely.
Of course,
yeah. I'm sure you've heard of them. I work a couple days a week in the Broad Ripple location, and I'm hanging out there a lot more than that as well, just because not only is it like a bottle shop, they have a couch and a table and chairs in the back, and you can just come and gather if you want to. But they also have, a standing book club once a month and so many different community events, and they open their doors to if you just want to host your own event. And so there's so many little places like that just all around the Indianapolis area that encourage folks to just come and make their own community.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I love the work that I do so much, is that eventually when people get really firmly rooted in who they are and what matters to them, it becomes easier and more fun and more exciting to build that community. And people get just so fired up about the opportunity to do that.
For sure. Well, and it hits that very first core value of fun.
Yes.
I love that too, because I just made a post about how, like, laughter, that's like my natural state.
Yeah.
And sometimes the world sucks and like it's hard to laugh. And I'm not telling anybody that we should laugh through all of the terrible shit that's happening. And it's good to be able to find community and be in community with people where you can find the joy, and then know that we're building and finding joy as literal manifested acts of resistance to this horrible stuff that's happening. So
joy and whimsy are the biggest pieces of resistance that you can possibly engage in, especially now. Don't get scared, get happy.
Don't get scared, get happy. All right, I got a couple more questions, and I'm gonna let you get out of here. You're coming up on a year of the solopreneurship, of leading people to not only finding their core values, but developing those skills. What is something that you're really excited about or looking forward to in year 2, or as you approach and enter into year 2?
Yeah. So this year was a year of throwing spaghetti. So next year is a year of really leaning into the things that have worked.
Okay.
So I have been working on developing my own workshop. And I'm currently actually taking registrations for my second cohort of it. It is in early December.
Okay.
And my hope is to do one of those quarterly. So it's like a
Amazing.
cohort based, basically foundation building workshop for anybody who's interested and just wants to come and know what their core values are and learn some of those basic skills. And also, by the way, be in community with people who are also doing that same work. I am also really looking forward to just getting out and speaking more. I love speaking engagements. They're so much fun to just be able to kind of put ideas together and see a spark in at least one audience member's face, just like, oh, wow, I could do that myself. And I do feel more empowered now. And yeah, I'm excited to continue to build my own community too, and kind of just get more of that name recognition, honestly, because truly that is how these communities build, is organically through word of mouth and through folks having a good experience with me and saying, hey, friends, you should work with her too.